welcome back to Movies for Authors. This is number 7, and today I'm going to be going over the movie Real Steel. That's right, Hugh Jackman movie Real Steel. And Real Steel was really based on a short story by Richard Matheson from the 60s, which I didn't know about until I started kind of looking this up and researching this a little bit. It was directed by Shawn Levy and produced by him as well a little bit. The screenplay was by John Gattens, and it was starring Hugh Jackman and one of my favorites, Evangeline Lilly. And even though it was taken from a short story from the 60s, the story was really derivative. It's got like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, basically, meets Rocky, meets another old Sylvester Stallone movie, if anyone will ever remember this, called Over the Top. It's an arm wrestling movie with trucks and all this kind of stuff. And so, even though it kind of pulls from these different sources, at least the screenplay does, and I rented it not really expecting it to be very good. And when I watched this movie, going through it, I started to really enjoy it. I started to really get involved, and I started to really want to know what happened next. And by the end of it, I'm literally emotional. I'm literally in an emotional state sitting there watching this dumb movie about robot boxing, okay? And here's the quote of the movie. Charlie, the dad, says to his son, "What do you want from me?" And the son says, "I want you to fight for me," okay? Very universal kind of feeling, fathers and sons, fathers and children, about feeling wanted and feeling fought for, right? And the whole love kind of issue. So what can we learn about this as authors? Unfortunately, just as a little aside here, the only way you're going to probably be able to see this movie is if you buy it, purchase it, or get it from Redbox as a DVD. Unfortunately, it's not on streaming. I know I said I'd try to do that, but kind of breaking my own rules here. But what can we learn as authors? All right, what can we learn? Here's what we can learn. It can be a really derivative, cheesy setup, all right, and it can still be really well done. There are a lot of cliches in stories, all right. There's only a few number of actual storylines to choose from if you believe certain sources, and what I want to kind of focus on today was, as derivative, and as much as you're copying storylines and types of characters from other movies or TV shows or books, and as much as you kind of pull from these different sources, and as cheesy as it may sound, a movie about boxing robots, it can still be well written. It can still have good character development. It can still have a good struggle. It can still have a good redemptive theme, father and son, like this movie does. It can still have good pacing. It can still have good dialogue when you know the characters and you put them in kind of the situations together. And so what I want to encourage today is, yes, we want to come up with original ideas as authors. We want to come up with an idea of something no one's done before, some sort of combination that really works, or some sort of something that's original. We all want to do that. But I also want to say you're going to come up with things in your writing that have been done before. There's nothing new under the sun, so to speak. And so you're going to come up with things that have been done before, and my encouragement is do them well. Know that it's been done before. Don't just do a cliche because you're lazy, but realize you're choosing to do this. You're choosing to put this sort of trope or whatever it is in your story, but then do it well. If it's a love triangle, if it's father and son relationship, if it's whatever it is, don't make it like an after-school special. Really give it depth and character. Whatever it is, make it real and genuine. Give it voice. Whatever it takes to make it real and genuine, it can be done. And this movie, to me, proves that as cheesy as the setup is, and I really was not expecting it to be a good movie, I now own this movie. And if you know me well enough, you can come over and I'll let you borrow it, okay? So that's it for Movies for Authors today and this week. Hopefully you guys have a good week. I'll also be putting up a review of the Dallas-Fort Worth conference that I went to last weekend, so be looking for that. All right? God bless. Peace.